Nicholas Jonathan Anselm Williams, writing as Nicholas Williams or sometimes N.J.A.Williams, is a leading expert on the Cornish language. While a pupil at Chigwell School, Essex, Williams taught himself Cornish and became a bard of the Cornish Gorseth while still in his teens, taking the bardic name Gulven. He read classical languages, English language and Celtic in Oxford. After short periods in the universities of Belfast and Liverpool, he was appointed lecturer in Irish in University College Dublin in 1977. In 2006, he was appointed associate professor in Celtic languages there. He married Patricia Smith from Portadown, County Armagh in 1976. They have 3 children, Benedict, Jerome, and Dominica, who are bilingual in English and Irish. Work. Williams has written widely on the Celtic languages and their literatures. His works on Irish include the editions The Poems of Geolla Bride Mac Conmidhe and Parliament Cloentomise, I.B. Pranta I Liber, an account of Protestant writing in Irish during the 17th century, Dialame Luaviana, a discussion of Irish plant names and plant lore, and Armus, a handbook of Irish heraldry in Irish which he illustrated himself. He also was joint editor of Stair na Gaelge, for which he contributed chapters on the Irish dialects of Leinster and on Manx. As P. Beresford Ellis points out, Williams was the first professional Celtic scholar to study revived Cornish in depth. In 1990, Williams published an article, A Problem in Cornish Phonology, demonstrating that the phonemes represented by the graphemes TJ and DJ had never been part of the language and should therefore be removed from Cernuic Cemine. He continued his critique of this variety of Cornish in Cornish Today, in which he also set out his own amended unified Cornish. Williams elaborated UCR in Clapia Cernavican in his English Cornish dictionary. Spires Agur now published his Testament Nawath, the first complete Cornish translation of the New Testament from the original Greek, in 2002. He gave the O'Donnell Lectures in Oxford in May 1998, when he spoke on consecutive days on Manx and then Cornish. This was the first time that an O'Donnell lecture had ever been devoted to the Cornish language. Among important articles by Williams, Cornish one might include the following: Linguistically Sound Principles, The Case Against Cernuic Cemine, Cornish Studies, 4, Pre-Occlusion in Cornish, Studia Celtica 32, Indirect Statement in Cornish and Breton, Cornish Studies 6, Saint in Cornish, Cornish Studies 7 and the Review, a Modern and Scholarly Cornish English Dictionary, Ken George's Gerliver Cernuic Cemine, Cornish Studies 9. Williams together with Graham Thomas edited the Middle Cornish play Bunins K.E., which had been donated to the National Library of Wales, Aberystwyth, in 2000. Their edition was published by Exeter University Press in association with the National Library of Wales in October 2006. Williams was awarded first prize in the Gorsedd Literary Competition 3 times in the early 1960s. More recently he won first prize for Cornish poetry in the Cornish Gorsedd in 1997, 1998 and 1999. In 1974, Beresford Ellis wrote, "Probably the most able young writer in the language today is N.J.A.Williams, a worthy successor to Edwin Chergwin." Quote, "Some of Williams's poetry in Cornish was published by Tim Saunders in The Wheel and Nothing Broken." The Welsh critic Bobby Jones says in the introduction to this anthology, Nicholas Williams, the well-known scholar, is also the T. Gwyn Jones of Cornwall, polished, classical, rather conservative, soundly rooted in medieval romanticism. Williams's Anchau Arthur, a translation of Tennyson's Morte d'Arthur, published in Delio di Rao 15, is an example of his verse. Nicholas Williams is a Fellow of the Linnean Society of London and was awarded honorary membership of the Irish Translators and Interpreters Association for his Cornish New Testament. He has translated 4 books in the series The Let's Pocket Guides into Irish Mammals, Insects, Medicinal Plants and Edible Plants. His translation of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland into Irish received excellent reviews. In November 2004, he published his Irish translation of Through the Looking Glass. In April 2012, he published his Irish translation of The Hobbit by J.R. Tolkien. Coat of Arms. Williams's coat of arms was granted by the Chief Herald of Ireland on 1 November 2006. The escutcheon's formal blazon is in Irish, translated here as Argent 2 piles throughout gules 3 cinquefoils counterchanged the colours of those of the City of London, and the piles form a W. Along with this was granted a crest, on a wreath of the colours a pied wagtail bearing in its beak ragged robin all proper. Willie Wagtail is common name used for this bird in Ireland. The motto is Grasta Dei Acute Bhuil Agamsa, the grace of God is all I have, a pun, where Bhuil Agamsa plays on Williams. Publications and Man Arnes in Camacone, Damien McManus, Cathal O'Hainlo, Nicola Williams, Liam Breathnick, Sten Argyle 703-44. Cornish Today, an examination of the revived language, 1st and 2nd editions. Linguistically sound principles. The case against Cernuic Cemine in Cornish Studies 2nd Series. 4. Exeter, University of Exeter Press. pp. 64-87. ISBN 0859895238. Clapia Cernovec, An Introduction to Unified Cornish Revised. Pre-occlusion in Cornish, Studia Celtica 32, 129-54. Nebaz Sudia Otho Cernoic. Indirect Statement in Cornish and Breton, Cornish Studies. 2nd Series. 6. Exeter, University of Exeter Press. pp. 172-82. ISBN 0859896102. Saint in Cornish Studies. 2nd Series. 7. Exeter, University of Exeter Press. pp. 219-241. ISBN 0859896447. Middle and Late Cornish in Kimmacone, Compendium Linguarum Celticarum, a modern and scholarly Cornish-English dictionary, Ken George's Gerliver Cernuic Cemine in Cornish Studies. 2nd Series. 9. Exeter, University of Exeter Press. pp. 247-311. ISBN 0859897028. Cornish Today, an examination of the revived language, 3rd edition. Which Cornish, linguistically sound principles, Nebaz Sudia Otho Cernoic, a modern and scholarly Cornish-English dictionary, Bunins K. Implications for Cernovic Cemine, in Writings on Revived Cornish 187-196. Towards Authentic Cornish, and Hobart. No Anon Nagus Rais Araseva Type 2012.